Hello Sagittarius and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing your March 2021 reading and I'm doing it a little bit different this month. So on this side, I'm going to be looking at your relationship sector, and on this side it'll be career and money. In the middle, we'll have your overall energy for the month. And I've kind of pulled some of these cards already, but then we're going to go back and look at the tarot and go ahead and clarify everything. So let's go ahead and get started. So your overall animal spirit or energy for the month is the whale. The whale is a wonderful, majestic animal spirit, and it means that you are not afraid to go deep into your emotional well-being, and going to the depths of how you feel and why you feel that way. It's a lovely energy because a lot of times when you get this animal spirit, it's as if you've been through a lot in your life, but you've gotten a lot of wisdom from it. So wisdom born of pain, that type of kind of message here. But you are not in that depth anymore. Like, you've done that work, you've gone deep, and you have a good sense of who you are, your purpose in life, where you want to go. And everything may not be totally clear to you, but you have a strength within you because of what you've been through. So let's go ahead and take a look at your relationship sector. Now, this could be romance, friend, family, even co-workers. Nice. So you're reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. And I feel like, part of it is because you have taken the time to go deep, to look at your relationships and see what they mean to you. Really coming into that essence of, trying to, understand the people in your life, what they mean to you. And, there's a butterfly here. Like, you've transformed. This whole experience has helped you to transform in some way in your relationships, in your relationship with yourself. Interesting vibe that I'm getting there. So let's look at this. This is the Twin Flame Oracle, and I just love these for any romance or relationship reading. It doesn't have to be a twin flame. So divine timing, patience, perseverance, peace. Trust that the divine knows when. And so if you have been been in conflict with somebody in your life, or hoping to start like a new relationship or a new romance, this is just spirit coming through and telling you not to worry. You're going to reach this destination, but it's going to be in divine timing, and just surrendering, just understanding that, whatever, kind of wish or dream or goal that you have in your relationship sector, not to worry at all. It's going to come. It's going to come into fruition. It's just that, things need to come into alignment, and the divine is working on it, and the timing will be when it's supposed to happen for you. And we have compromise, mutual understanding, flexibility, give and take brings rewards. So, this is kind of like, it's going to happen at the right time, but you may have to compromise a little bit, right? You may have to be a little bit more flexible in when this situation comes in. You may be saying to yourself, well, this isn't exactly what I was trying to manifest. And just keeping an open mind. This is like really just keeping an open mind, because the person or persons that are coming into your life, they may not be exactly what you were thinking that you wanted. But once again, Spirit is telling you, we know what you need, right? And so this is just understanding that the people or persons on your path are the people that need to be on your path with you. And they will come. And they will come when the time is right. Okay, so you have narrow pathway. Now this is here in your career and money sector. Tread thoughtfully. This card, I love this card because it always means to me that you may be on this pathway, and it's like kind of high, right? So your career sector, especially if you've made a change or thinking about making a change in your career life, that you may feel like you're on this higher level, like your career may be turning more into a spiritual career. You may be thinking about changing careers to go into more something that's more aligned with your spiritual purpose. And it's kind of like you're on this narrow pathway. Like you may not know exactly where the path is taking you, and you feel like you don't have any avenues. There's no branches here. You're just kind of like on this narrow pathway, and you're just basically following this one pathway, and you don't really know where it's going. But Spirit is coming in to let you know, and I really feel one of the reasons I love this reading is that your relationships and your career and purpose, money sectors really do overlap a lot. And I think that this is, Spirit coming in and letting you know you're on this narrow pathway right now, but it's because there's some divine timing in the people that are going to come onto your path. And so if you feel a little bit confined in your career and money sector, not to worry, that this is a narrow path that they've put you on so that it'll help you to come into the relationships that you have ahead of you. And that you're getting kind of like, I always think like when you're on this bridge and it's kind of up, above everything, you're also while you're on this path, gaining a wider perspective, a higher perspective of your life, your purpose, and, in the end, where you're going to go. So this is a lovely energy. You may feel a little bit confined and confused at the moment, but this is Spirit just letting you know, no, you're on the right path. We just need you to go down this narrow path for a little bit because we have some wonderful things coming in. And this pathway is going to help lead you there. Okay, so let's see what we have. A creative endeavor. So, you may have an idea for a creative endeavor. You may have begun a creative endeavor. And you feel like, it's kind of confining a little bit. It's like this path is narrow. Or you may feel like you're on this narrow pathway, but there's something more creative. You see how in this picture, there's like you have the water and the sand and the mountains in the back. Like you have this vast vista in a way, right? You have the arts, you have the music, you have books, photography. Like there's so many things you want to do, but you feel like right now, oh, I'm on this like really narrow path and I don't have the time or the energy or the money to go and do all of this other stuff. And you may feel frustrated in that, but not to worry. Like this pathway is going to open up to all of this creative endeavor. Oh, look at this. Because you're going through a transformation. And that's what Spirit wants you to know. Look at this. Like they just pointed this out to me. Like look at this bridge right here, right? It's like the narrow pathway that you're on. But look on the other side of the bridge, how it opens up like it's the world. It's like you see, I don't know if you can see that, but there's like all these dots and then they're connected. And I feel like right now you're on this narrow bridge. And what you don't realize is that all the dots are going to be connected. Like the divine is bringing in the people that are going to help you on this creative endeavor. That, maybe also the romantic partner that you're looking for. Like this is a huge transformation and you're on this bridge, not to worry. And look, like you can see that the end is near. You may feel like you've been on this bridge for a while, that, you've been this whale, you've done the work, you've gone deep, and you're like, when am I going to get to the open seas, right? Like as the whale. Lovely energy. Lovely energy. It feels very much to me like you're at the end of a cycle. You're about to start a new cycle. It's just a little bit more time until it all comes in, and that's part of the divine timing. So let's go ahead. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot first. We're going to look at your past, present, energies, and then your obstacle and advice from spirit, and then the outcome. So let's see what we have. So in your past, what energy do we have in your past? Patience and planning. And I think you've been in that while, right? That really goes with the whale. Like, you've been working on all of this for some time, and you're kind of like, yeah, I've been there. I've been patient. That's your past energy. I feel like you may be like, okay, I'm kind of ready to move on. And it is the number 7, which is, in numerology is about spirituality and everything. And I love this because what you have been doing, Sagittarius, is building these pillars, a strong foundation for what is coming ahead. It's a lovely, lovely energy. Lovely energy. I think I'm getting the sense though that you're like, yeah, I've been there. I'm ready to move. I'm ready to get off this narrow pathway. Truth. So this is the Justice card. So this is you bringing balance into your life. Like, with the whale, you've gone deep. You've looked at your emotions. You have this, inner wisdom that is just so intense right now. And you've seen the truth. You've seen the truth of relationships in the past, career choices that you've made. The truth about you, perhaps even the truth about what you would like to do in the future. And so this is lovely. It's such a lovely reading. So let's see what your obstacle is. What is your obstacle at the moment? What is your obstacle? Okay. Well, we have a lot here. So I'm going to bring them out. We'll take a look. Shadow. Okay, so I think that you have spent some time looking at your shadow, going deep, looking at, what it is that you really want, and why you've been having the emotions that you have had in the past. But look at this, you're wanting to move forward, but this isn't your obstacle part. And so this is kind of like the hermit, but you're wanting to come out of that hermit mode and move forward. You have hope in reverse. So that means that, you're having a hard time really staying in that positive vibration of bringing, manifesting what it is that you want. I really feel like you have been in the depths of it for a very long time, and you're just ready to break loose, but you may feel a little bit stagnant, and you feel like, this is like the 9 of Cups, like what you're dreaming of isn't coming into fruition. So, this patience that you have in the past, I kind of feel like you're like, I am done with being patient. I am a ready spirit. Bring it on. So let's see what your advice is. It's really hard when you're in that stuck energy because, I feel like you really have done the work and you're really ready for whatever is coming in the next chapter of your life, because I do feel like you're at the end of a cycle. But just, remember, divine timing. They're getting things in place for you, and you just have to be a little bit patient. Which is so hard, isn't it? I've been there. Crown chakra. So this is your advice. This is really you, and I love this with the whale spirit because, the whale has a lot of intuition. Look at the colors of the whale here and the colors in this card. Like, you really are opening yourself up to your higher power, getting your intuition, understanding your purpose in life. And so, this is just you staying in that intuitive nature. And we're going to clarify these, but I think this is spirit just saying to you, just stay in that intuitive nature. Listen to your heart. Don't listen to your head. I think your head right now is kind of like, okay, I've been patient. I've done the planning. I'm ready to move on. But spirit is saying, just stay in your heart space. Don't go to the ego. Don't listen to your head. Stay in your heart space. Listen to your intuition, because I think that they're still sending you, information, messages about this narrow pathway and about where you need to go. So the outcome is spiritual strength. So this is lovely. This is, you having the spiritual strength and understanding that you have the strength to overcome anything, which is part of the whale. Like this whole cycle, and you're finishing out the cycle with a 9, you really are finishing out the cycle. But this is, really you coming into understanding, the strength that you have in yourself. It's lovely. This is kind of like, the 9 of Swords energy, but in this reading, I feel like this isn't like you're, I think you're overcoming the fears and anxieties that you may have had in the past and understanding the real strength that you have deep in. Because with this whale energy, I really feel like, Spirit is telling you that all of what you have been through in this cycle, is just to bring you that inner strength that you have, been wanting. And it's interesting because this transformation card they're pointing out to me, is cycle, has, the cycle word there. You definitely are towards the end of a cycle. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify this patience and planning. Oh my goodness, death and rebirth. So this is definitely a transformation. Like, looking at your patience and planning, it's kind of like you have been wanting to rebirth yourself, transform yourself, right? I mean, you have been doing the work to transform yourself. All of this has been like an internal need of yours to transform yourself at a spiritual level. And I really think a lot of it has to do with, your, a big change maybe in your career sector that is also going to be bringing in a new soul tribe for you in your relationship sector. And possibly, a new romantic partner too. You may feel, I'm getting a sense you may feel a little bit alone because through this transformation, you may have moved on from some people in your life that, were no longer on your pathway. The pathway is narrow here. You may feel like I'm having to walk this path alone. And, when we go through those cycles, those transformations, and we have to, leave people behind, it's sad. And we feel alone for a while. But Spirit is definitely telling you, just be patient. You have a lot of new people coming into your life. And remember, you have to let go of old things for new to come in. Okay, so Sagittarius, let's clarify. Oh my goodness. So you have justice and the world. Yes. So this is, definitely you are, stepping into a new world, into a new cycle. You've seen the truth of what was occurring in your life in the past. And just feel the energy of this card, the exuberance, right? This is your energy right now. And you still may be a little impatient, but Spirit is really asking you just to hold on to your hope and stay in that high vibration, that high positive vibration, because you are stepping into a new world and it's just going to be so positive, so energetic. Oh, such a lovely energy. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify these obstacle cards. Let's see what we have here. Queen of Swords. Yes, I think that, in the past, what you've been kind of, they're calling me to go back to this card. In the past, I think a lot of this was that you couldn't see clearly where this path was going. And sometimes when we can't see it, right, we start losing hope. we're not sure where we're going. And they're just reminding you to surrender to your journey and to realize that they have you on kind of this path right now that seems kind of lonely and perhaps very narrow and not with a lot of choices or options. But they just need you to be on this path for a little bit longer because they have wonderful things coming in. This pathway is going to really open up to the world very soon, very soon. And then you're going to be, you know, like on the other side of this bridge and just be like, oh my gosh, like all the dots are going to be connected and you're going to be like, yes, now I understand why I had to stay on that bridge for so long. They're just getting things, you know, in order for you, helping all of this to come to fruition. Look at, you have the Justice card again. And Sagittarius, you know, this brings you balance. You know, for some of you, this is balance between like the 3D world and the 5D world. Like you're learning how to use your spiritual gifts or your awareness, your consciousness level in order to, you know, also be able to balance in the 3D world. And I'm also getting the message, you have the Justice card twice. If you feel like something in the past, a person or a situation was not just, like you got shortchanged, right? It's not a problem. Like this, you know, let the karma deal with all of that, right? Let the universe deal with all that. You are just on this narrow pathway. Just take care of yourself. Self-care, self-love, work on your self-worth, because what is happening is you are coming into alignment with yourself. You're seeing the truth in yourself. You're seeing the balance within yourself. This is such lovely energy, and not to worry. Like things that may have happened in the past, seriously let them go. It is time to let them go because those things were no longer on your path. You are, you know, ascending. You are getting a bigger picture of the world. Oh my goodness. Okay. And okay, so you got the Chariot in reverse for this. I'm going to pull a couple of more cards. Let's pull a couple of more cards on that, because the Chariot means, you know, you're not taking action forward. So let's get a couple of more cards on that. A little more clarification on the spiritual strength, please. Queen of Wands. So that's inspiration. Oh my goodness. A Nine of Cups. Okay, so, you know, I think this is interesting. This message that they're sending me, because I was like, I don't get the Chariot. They're, you know, you may have had a life before that was all go, 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 right? Super go. Like you may have had a job that you traveled a lot, or it was, you know, just high paced. You may have had a life in the past that was high paced. And you are transforming that. You are becoming, you know, the Queen of Wands is a high kind of energy, very creative being, right? But look at how she's sitting there. She's not racing around, right? She's like content in where she is and creating what she's doing right there. And very spiritual. Look at, you know, all the candles. Look at, you know, she's creating the fire right from her hands, right? She's exuberant. I get this really sense of exuberance. And the Nine of Cups, like this is your wishes, you know, granted. Remember over here in your obstacles, you were like, I'm never going to get my fulfillment. Well, here you are. You are getting your fulfillment. But I feel like it's going to be a slower pace of life. Like this is part of your transformation. You're going to come into a sense of more peace and calm and knowing and being able to create at a much higher level, because you're going to be more focused, more in alignment with who you are, instead of, oh my goodness, okay, instead of, this is what they just said to me, instead of racing around and trying to make everyone else happy. You're putting down, this is kind of like your anxieties of making everyone else happy, and you're stopping that. And what you're going to do is step into your own happiness. This is you finding your own peace and happiness. This is the whale coming in and, understanding what it is that you need at a deep level. Your crown chakra being, opened up. Oh my goodness, this is so lovely. This is a definite, like a huge transformation for you. I feel like your life is really changing in a big way. And for some of you, it could be a little bit scary, right? It could be why you're kind of like trying to rush through this, because it's kind of like, I just got to know, like, how is this all going to end, right? Which is so understandable, but they're saying, no, just slow down. Like you're going to enjoy this, like, I just want to say, like, a slower, more peaceful, more calm way of life, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so lovely energy. Let's go to the Creativity Oracle. And Sagittarius, if you are enjoying this reading, I would really appreciate it if you would like, share, and subscribe to my channel so I can get my message out there to more people. It really does help. And I really appreciate all of your support. Okay, so here's your creativity message. What a beautiful... there we go. Okay, actualization. You will achieve your full potential by virtue of your creativity and your honest pursuit of truth. And you know what, Sagittarius? I'm going to put these over here. Look at what you got. You have the truth and the creativity cards. This is you really coming into your full potential by activating your creativity and stepping into your truth. It's so lovely. It is so lovely. And it really is. It's going to bring you this peace, this calm, this exuberance for your life. Oh my goodness. All of your wishes are going to come true. It's so lovely. Okay, so let's pull a final angel message here. Oh, I'd love for you to comment. Like, what is your Nine of Cups dream, right? What is your creative endeavor you may be thinking about? This is so perfect. Surrender. Remain positive about the future of our planet, for all is part of humanity's evolution. There is a divine order to all the chaos which you perceive in our world. Nothing will ever truly change until we learn to love and accept all as it is. Lovingly surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. And I really feel like that kind of comes back to this, like just surrendering to the voyage, right? Surrendering to this narrow path that you feel like you're on right now. And realizing that this compromise card, I think, is really speaking to surrender your judgments and expectations, and your life will magically transform. Like you have to, like a reminder to just compromise a little bit about your expectations of what you expect in your life, from your relationships, from your career and money. Well, I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. I do wish you lots of love and light in this situation and all your situations. Bye for now.